the service of ire.
Welcome back. In under an hour and a half, Rain destroyed Hero.
He destroyed him, man.
Yeah.
Like, he went from 0 to 0 because that's how many games he won, Tasteless. That was pretty rough. Rain looks just so unbeatable at this point. Every time we watch him, we're like, damn, really? He's so good. Every time he looks
he's always playing better than like the times that we see before.
He has the potential to be the first Royal Roader of GSL.
He absolutely does.
Yeah, could happen. We will see. But he's going to have to get through the guy who wins the next match, and these two are not pushovers, Tasteless.
No, these are heavyweights, to say the least.
Oh, God, yes.
I'm excited to catch this series, too. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided.
No, I don't think it can be. I don't think it can be, Tasteless, because both these guys are just so good, and this is not. It's TVZ. I don't feel like it's quite as unforgiving as PvP can be at times. You know.
As you can see, here's the map lineup: Abyssal City, Daybreak, Antigua Shipyard, Ohana, and Entombed Valley.
Yeah, and all right. So as far as this goes, I mean, Abyssal, that's a lot of Zergs seem to like that. Daybreak, good map. Antigua, that should be a little bit MVP favored. Ohana, a little bit MVP favored, and Entombed. Some of it matters on position, but I want to say a little bit MVP favored. But
no Whirlwind.
MVP's in bad shape right now, man.
All right, we need to talk about this for a second, because I know there are people who only tune in for the round of 8 and up.
Sure,
totally. There's some busy nerds out there.
That's right.
So, MVP has suffered a very painful injury.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's got issues with his neck, his shoulders, his wrists. It's all connected, guys.
Pinched nerve. I mean,
yeah, and he even at this point, during practice, his fingers go numb occasionally. He might actually end up playing with numb fingers tonight.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the guy is just, he's such an impressive player that it's almost as if it doesn't matter. Like, the worse his condition is, the better he plays intelligence-wise. Just doesn't maybe do as well in micro or macro or something like that.
Hey, if you really want to play down and dirty in your symbol, I would go for long games here.
Yes, absolutely.
I would wear him out, make him play several hours in StarCraft 2.
Go for long games that are like a little bit crazy. Do like drops and stuff, multitasking, multiple locations, so he has to move super quick. Not a bad idea.
All right, we just saw Symbol getting pumped up because it's time, my nerds. MVP up against Symbol. The winner goes on to face Rain in the round of 4 of GSL Code S.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Abyssal City.
All right, in the center right, easily one of the most accomplished players in the world, the most accomplished player from GSL Code S, here to win yet again. This player's ID is
LGIM MVP.
Still, nice recent record.
Yep, absolutely. And in the center left, losing to Seed in the previous GSL Code S after he was expected to win the whole thing. Now he has a second chance. Can he do it? He is
GSL Symbol.
The protege of Jaedong with a sick recent record.
Yeah, look at that. This is one game of Sculpt.
Sculpt is so good, too.
They're the Protoss watchers. Oh, the Pro watchers, excuse me.
I was like, where did you get
Tasteless, guys, I don't know. I never learned how to read.
It's too bad. It's good that your job is to talk and not read.
glanced at it. Started to take a sip of my hot water, then I'm like, what? Welcome all of you in the studio. I hope you're enjoying it here. Now that we have the feature where the headsets allow you to hear
all the great stuff we have to say.
Yeah. What the Archon is saying in the game.
Yep.
MVP going for Command Center first. Now remember, guys, MVP, and wow, this is interesting, actually, 58.2% for MVP, 41.8% for Symbol.
It's such a hard prediction, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
And a lot of it, I feel like, might be based off of what MVP has said his status is right now. Because this guy, you have to put him as a favorite against everyone in the world, basically. That's just the way MVP is.
Yeah, you really can't count MVP out.
Like, if you always bet on MVP, you make money, I guess. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
By the way, Symbol getting a reasonably quick gas this game.
Now, the last time they played, MVP did beat Symbol.
But the time before that, Tasteless, Symbol beat MVP.
It didn't even match the pose wrong.
And, okay, so, I mean, it's a pretty quick gas by Symbol. MVP with that command center first. We'll see if he actually can get a scout in to see that this is a fast gas. And will this just be speed for Symbol? One thing we did see on this map from Life when he played it, ZVT, was that quick gas and some nice Zergling harassment against a fast expanding Terran. So that could be what he's going for. But I feel like it's Symbol. Oh my. Okay, he did stop mining gas. I thought for a second there he didn't. I'm like, oh my god. Symbol's going to go for some sort of crazy build. But yeah, MVP has no idea about that, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to scout anytime soon. So Speedlings may come as a surprise to him at some point.
And Lings are now going to take out that scouting SCV.
Yep, he's going to be going down, isn't he?
Oh, no, excuse me, that's surprising.
Yeah, the Marines came to save him. He knew those Marines were coming. Smart move.
So he's going to go ahead and get reactor Hellions here.
But the reactor Hellions, they definitely could be caught off guard because this is, again, a very quick speed upgrade.
I feel like this is a really good response a lot of times to the people who open up reactor Hellion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they are not babysitting the Hellions.
Yeah.
And in that moment, they can just get hit so hard, surrounded and killed.
Well,
and they'll be getting Banshees after that.
Yeah. And will it be Cloak Banshees? And in fact, the big question is, will MVP go for mech style? And there's two ways to look at this. Mech style, it's going to make the game longer a lot of times. You can get quicker games with the Marine Tank, but it doesn't require the same hand speed as Marine Tank. Marine Tank, you're going to have to use a lot more hand speed. So there's trade-offs in both directions for MVP there, if he wants to base any of his decision off of how his wrist is feeling.
Yeah. Now, remember, MVP, in one of the previous GSLs he won, I believe it was actually the most recent one that he won, he actually did a lot of all-ins.
Yes, that last one.
Actually, it really worked. I mean, nobody was expecting him to do that much, and that's called good build order selection. That's somebody, and that's why MVP basically wins the most.
And you know what else is interesting? He's going for like an instant third command center. Symbol can even see it with his Overlord, okay? But that's a really quick third command, which means, of course, it's going to be a macro-heavy game and all. But that's something that you wouldn't really expect as Symbol.
Damn, nice save.
Symbol, I'm sure, is keeping track of what's going on in the scene. To see that, hey, MVP doesn't look like he's doing anything tricky. He's just going to go macro. That would scare me as Symbol. I'd be like, what the hell? This guy is a monster to be feeling like this and going for long games.
I really wonder if MVP actually ever gets intimidated.
I wonder if he didn't make up his injury. No, of course not. But no, he doesn't get intimidated. Of course not, Basis.
Right. Getting there, and of course he sees the Link speed, so he's going to say, okay, got to be cautious here. Don't hug walls.
Yeah. You know the movie Alien 1?
Of course.
The alien in that movie was actually based off of MVP.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah. feel like in the future there will be a Korean male, and he will be scary. And yeah.
Don't bring him under StarCraft. Oh, God.
Okay, so it is going to be mech play here from MVP. Throws up 2 armories right away.
And this is an easy thing to transition into after you go Heli Banshee out early on.
And this MVP style of the mech with a lot of Banshees, I love watching it. But this is something that Symbol, I'm sure, is prepared for. Oh my God, he got through! He just got through the tiniest little crack there.
Really surprising. Now going up the ramp.
And how many drones can he actually end up getting?
He's getting a lot. He's getting a lot. One more shot up there. Oh, nope, he gets pushed back.
9, not bad. And he's also
going to get the Roach Warren.
So that's kind of 10.
That's kind of 10.
Yeah, he's going to have to remake that Roach Warren, likely.
I'd say it's an 11 because he has to remake it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is not too terribly hurtful for Symbol. You know, that was a lot of supply loss for MVP, a lot of Hellions gone, but...
Smart move to get rid of the Roach Warren, too, because that way, you know, Roaches are a pretty good response to mech as it is.
Yeah, if you go Roaches plus drops, it's a really good response, but it doesn't look like that's Symbol's plan anyways. Symbol's a player that can use absolutely every Zerg unit. Like, this guy knows how to use Hydras against Terran, he knows how to use Ultras, you can go Roach, you can go Ling, you can do anything you want. So, it looks, by the looks of it here, that it's going to be... I mean, he's getting the Spire, he's getting a Baneling Nest, he's getting upgrades for Lings. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to really affect him that he lost that Roach Warren.
All right, as you can see here, just continue to gather up more Hellions. He'll be getting some tanks and Thors. He could just go Thor Heli, and he could do a Karn build too.
Yeah, he definitely can always throw that in there. And if he gets a quick Thor out, that's going to actually be helpful because the Spire is reasonably quick. Sometimes we do see mech players get caught off guard by Spire, but yeah, he is starting 2 Thors, so that's a good choice for this time after killing that Roach Warren.
It looks like he may have successfully predicted that, of course, you're going to switch into Spire right away if you lose that Roach Warren.
And it's
more
Symbol
Hellions
too, so
coming in.
And well,
this was a really nice denial there.
Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good defense by Symbol here against these Hellions.
And the rest of these Hellions should get away. Nice control there again by MVP.
Another command center already coming up for MVP. He's getting ready for the very long game. Even starting to throw up his missile turret ring. Good choice as well. Clearing out the map of any stray overlords. Just wants to make as much of it dark as possible.
All right, driving out that Overseer now. And, yeah, I mean, he's just going to continue to power up. Supplies are relatively even, excuse me.
And we do have 9 mutas as well as Baneling speed on that.
Come on, attack over here at the expansion. To the upper right, a lot of mules going to go down.
And he's going to get out of there. Doesn't actually lose that many Lings. Takes a lot of damage on him, but that was actually a really nice move there.
Yeah.
And he even had some burrowed Lings left of that expand to harass with later. I like that. Very good move by Symbol. And a funny place he's expanding. He's expanding to the top left.
Well, I think he knows there's not many other locations Terran can take. Oh, more Zerglings being taken out here. Yep. Terran can take the center right. Top center a little bit harder to take. Basically, all the bottom is Zergs automatically. It's hard for Terran to actually acquire those. So yeah. Symbol's investing into the late game by taking expansions that much later on. He's going to have other expansions that are easier for him to acquire later on because he's taken an unusual one here at the upper left early on.
Well, the mutas are flying around. What will they be able to do, though? Because there's already that missile turret ring, and it's getting to be too weak at this point. So MVP's defense is just spectacular against this, and Symbol is switching back into Roach, but continuing his melee upgrades. And in fact, he grabbed the 3rd Evo, so he's going to get Roach upgrades as well. So that's good to see that he's actually going to make a good amount of Roaches this game. But yeah, there we go. The Hive has started, and probably will go into Broodlords here. I mean, his economy's getting pretty strong.
Now we see the mutas that had to back up. The mutas never really paid for themselves, by the way, here, guys.
No, they really haven't.
They really didn't do much of anything.
What they are doing is keeping a little bit of map control for him. If Hellions are running around, that's another thing to watch out for. He has to have his missile turrets up. He has to have Thors in his army. I guess those are kind of useful, but yeah, they haven't done what he wanted them to at all.
All right, coming here and attacking these command centers.
And does force cancel on one, kills the other.
And I'll probably pull out here. Nice job just taking out the refinery. Of course, those mech units. Refinery pretty important for those stores and siege tanks, so he just hits that and backs off. A little bit of delayed mining time, but this is just how you get ahead and stay ahead. Oh, a lot of drones!
Oh, nice interception there by these blue flame aliens.
They
and
burrowed.
a good burrow.
Confused
Yeah.
for a second.
He's going to want to burrow everything. But he's actually not doing it. There you go. Finally does do it.
He needs to just scan here.
And it looks like they will be taken down.
Is there no scans here, friend?
All right, well, he does have.
That question was answered there.
And he's killed a lot. He's killed 41 drones so far this game. That's pretty big. But instantly 14 more drones on the way. He still has 60. And the Greater Spire is coming up, as well as a bunch of infestors. So MVP in the meantime going to take his 4th base, while Symbol's going to be sitting on 5.
And it looks like MVP actually is about to push here. He is good, yeah, as you said, Artos, he's going to take that center right 5th base. Banshee's just tearing down the rocks. And now we're gearing up here for what I think is going to be the big attack. He might actually put up a little bit more defense there. But we're pretty much at the boiling point here. The tech trees are basically done, with the exception of the Greater Spire here for the Zerg.
One thing that we do want to point out here is there's only one starport for MVP right now. And that can be an issue. None of these attacks really do anything right now, but that can be an issue because, you know, Thors aren't that good against Broodlords, to be perfectly frank. They really aren't, even with good upgrades, even when you have a lot of them. I mean, against Zerg with this type of economy, they aren't going to be all that useful. So you want to have a lot of starports out so that you can actually produce Vikings quickly enough. The one starport he does have has a tech lab on it because he's only made
It looks like he might have, oh my god, he's going to turn around. I thought he would time this out. Okay, never mind, he's still going to attack. But yeah, you should have timed this out so that it's right before the Broodlords can come out.
But with the size of the map, Symbol's staying very mobile and trying to keep him away from attacking. But it looks like he has enough units to actually clean it up and attack at the same time. Now, one thing he has to watch out for here, there's 13 infestors on the map.
Yeah, that's a scary amount, but he scans. All right, a lot of infested Terrans coming down here.
And MVP does not have enough of the support units here.
Cleaned up right now.
And this
Banshees coming in here. No use of these Banshees even being here. In fact, the infested Terrans conceded they die even quicker.
Yeah. And, well,
he lost all these Thors and siege tanks.
That's a big army loss, but he's got a lot of factories continuing to tech up, and, or rather, macro up, pushing forward still. He's definitely going to kill that base, but a huge chunk of his mech army has been taken out.
Now it looks like he will get this hatchery over here. In fact, he will for sure get that hatchery. MVP not going to continue to push forward. Does he see the gray stuff on the map? He does not, and these siege tanks and Thors could be in trouble.
I think Pescatarian's a nice throw out there. Going to take out some additional siege tanks, take a lot of fire as well. The Banshee's still being a big issue here, but he's making a bunch of Corruptors finally, and those will be able to deal with the Banshees and turn into Broodlords.
And it looks like MVP's attack was beating back both players at about 130 supply right now. Damn, this game is insane.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. It's 4 base against 4 base right now. I mean, he's actually trying to take a pit. And, I mean, the Broodlords are going to be so important here, and especially the Corruptors as well, because these Banshees continue to do a lot of damage.
Really nice control here. Now the Corruptors are out. It's got to back up. If an Overseer gets in there and sees them, then they're just in trouble. Plus, they're about to run out of energy anyways.
That's right. Well, the infestor count has been reduced to just 7, so he lost 6 net infestors during all this. That's a little bit painful. As far as Corruptors go, he does have 10 with 4 more on the way. He's starting his Broodlord production as well. But MVP has a lot of command centers right now, and soon he should be Okay, he's started Viking production, so he does have some additional starports now, finally.
Okay, those 4 Broodlords about halfway done. The Hellions now coming up here from the bottom. Just checking to see if there's anything in the bottom center. Then after that, going right for, looks like the drones over here. Can he get him? Interesting infested Terrans to stop moving. I really like that.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Good throws. And he didn't have enough for fungal, so he just used what he had there to be worthwhile. Still, I mean, he's getting value out of his Hellions, though.
Center left expansion it's about to pop here.
Once again. And, you know, Symbol's trying to get up to like a sick army. And in fact, he's getting a lot more infestors right now. He's about to go up to 15. Good number of broods as well, up at 6 with 8 corruptors. But there's a lot of Vikings on the way as well as Thors. So MVP's army is becoming a very anti-air focused army, but he still has 12 siege tanks. So the infestors are going to have a hard time actually closing the distance.
It's 196, maybe there? Yeah, 196 to 159. So it's actually MVP with a supply lead here.
All right, well, MVP knows about that top left base. It's kind of a frustrating thing, but it doesn't matter. He's going down towards the bottom as well.
But look at this stat. Number of fungals in 2012, 617, and that's versus 2012. Yeah. One time per investor. Unbelievable. Note also, MVP now pushing forward with all these different planetaries. Just making sure that anywhere he's holding now, he'll worry about orbitals later. What he needs now is to hold these positions on this map.
Yeah, planetaries in StarCraft 2 are the spider mines of mech from StarCraft 1, basically. So I like to see him do that. Now, here we go. Oh, some beautiful fungal growth on those Banshees. And in fact, his Corruptor is being targeted by Thors. It's so powerful, and that is a lot of Vikings in there as well.
He's driving him back. He could take on the center left expansion.
Oh, a beautiful fungal growth.
Fungal.
Yeah, but as soon as those Corruptors clump up, man, the Thors targeting them down so quickly. Throws down a lot of infested Terrans. Is it actually enough, though?
Well, he's taking out the rest of those Broodlords, and it's now just Corruptors against a bunch of Thors and Siege tanks. We have some more Broodlords that are still over here. But again, there's already Vikings still up in that area. Bottom right, the command center is going to be destroyed.
And it looks like there's just too much mech right here. And in fact, this is really bad news for Symbol. He's making Lings and Infestors. And that is, I mean, Lings are not going to be all that helpful for the most part here.
Yeah, I think this could be bad, especially if MVP heads back up to the top center. I guess I should say top upper left.
And that's exactly where it looks like he's going to, Tasteless. That's a base so far away, it's going to be really hard to defend. It's got full saturation, so this kill will be huge.
And that'll put us at 4 base against 5.
Ouch. 4 base. This is actually putting us at 3 base against 5.
Oh, excuse me, yeah, what am I saying? 3 base against 5.
The amount he's ahead is getting pretty frightening here, even up by 20 supply at this point.
That's the thing, guys. You can never count out MVP.
No, you certainly cannot. Doesn't matter what's wrong with him.
Massacring the rest of these drones. He'll probably go back to the center right and park there for a little bit. Maybe move down to the bottom right and try to defend. But he's probably, you know, if I'm him, I'm setting up sensor towers everywhere, having another factory explosion because I'm getting too much money. Probably even cleaning out some SCVs because you need to free up that supply.
Well, you know, he is regrouping, and that's exactly what he needs to do. You know, he's got his full upgrades. He's really upgrading his Vikings heavily at this point, making a lot of Vikings as well. He's about to jump up to 13 of those. In the meantime, we don't have any Broodlords or Broodlords in production for Symbol. He's actually focusing, he's utilizing his Corruptors still, but he's focusing on Lings and even some Roaches mixed in, and he may as well, because the anti-air army is way too powerful for MVP right now.
Yeah, it's basically snowballed. Trying to destroy that planetary, but no luck there. He takes out those infestarians with ease, and now he's pushing the bottom left. And although we may have a base trade, I gotta say, I think at this point in time, MVP has got this.
Yeah, MVP is in a way better position, especially having the planetaries out around the map. They're just gonna be so valuable to actually help hold this off. Look at that, 21 kills, 25 kills on that planetary up there. Just killing off a lot of this army. In the meantime, Symbol is losing everything. He's not even really mining at this point, except long distance.
All right, so I think this is GG unless this big death ball here by Symbol actually can take out MVP. I do not know what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, totally right. It's too many Thors, too many upgrades, everything too much. And that's a lot of infested Terran eggs. But the DPS on these Thors and Siege tanks with their splash, look at that, easily enough.
Yeah, he is just messing that up. And I think we're going to see GG here. I think actually he's going to keep pushing it here. The Thor, yep, there it is, GG.
Yep. Wow. Well, I tell you what, man, MVP looking strong as ever.
Talk about insanity in that game. He is so good. Terrence hate that map. Terrence absolutely load that map because it's so difficult for them against Zerg. Symbol cannot be happy with that. Symbol probably going into this saying, you know what, everybody probably expected me to win because MVP has this these pinch nerves.
Yeah.
Instead, MVP coming back saying, nope. In fact, I could still win. But let's see though, can MVP hang on or is that pain eventually going to get to him in the spine?
I don't know. We will see. Knows he is rubbing his back right now. But you know what they say, Tasteless?
What?
In Korea, nerves don't pinch MVP. MVP pinch nerves.
That's a famous line out here.
Yeah, it's a famous line. In fact, when you arrive at the airport, it's on the wall.
Exactly, right next to the immigration area.
Yeah.
Well, what is next map? Daybreak? I think MVP can do fine on this map.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a map that he can choose either bio or mech. Both totally doable here. It's a little, I mean, it's still a very big map, but I guess maybe it's a little bit smaller feeling than Abyssal City. Yeah, I'm going to go with it feels a little bit smaller. So we'll see if Symbol can actually get something done here.
I feel like on Daybreak, the top center and top bottom are not as big as something like Abyssal City.
Yeah.
Abyssal City is one of those maps where it's hard to hide your medevac off of the low ground to avoid range units.
Yeah, that's true. No. All right, Tasteless. We will see.
Get this going.
It's so funny if MVP wins this, and then probably he'll just kill Rain somehow, and then he'll just win in the finals and be like, I don't know, guys. Like,
yeah. We'll be like, but Rain played the perfect. He's like, no, I get it.
In like within 10 seasons, we're gonna be like, all right, guys, MVP stepped on a landmine. He's missing one arm.
Because he was walking on his hands.
Yeah, he was walking on his hands through a minefield. He was like, hey, watch me, ST. And then he lost his arm, and still he's in the finals, playing one-handed with just his keyboard. I don't know. Can anything stop this man?
I have no idea. All right, guys, MVP Symbol. Looks like both players are ready to go. And now we're starting. All right, cool. Again, guys, it's so packed. And we have some of the best players you could possibly ask for in the best season yet of GSL Codas. So get ready for more awesome StarCraft 2 action.